Hey, Elena, this is Paul. How are you?
Oh, hi, Paul. I'm good. How about you?
Good. I'm trying to log in as myself instead of, well, I guess no, I can be OPI host here. Thank you for the work you did on the website. I think it looks really good.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, happy that it's working out so far. And I think it'll be really easy for you guys to update. Do you have a list of people who should have access, by the way?
I don't yet. I've asked folks to give me to nominate themselves, and I have not received any names from anybody. So at this point, it'll be me. We may get, I asked folks to show up to this call who were interested. And so we may end up getting some folks to join. So Mark may be one of those that we put on the list. I'm not certain.
Okay. Yeah, just send me the info once you have it, and I get them set up with the account. And I saw that you are recording this, so you can share the recording with anybody who's interested. I'm also happy to give one-on-one training if needed.
Perfect. Yes, so we are recording this, so
Okay.
there won't be any we generally post these. Should this meeting not be posted? Is there instructions or there's passwords and those sorts of things to
You won't
need
be able
to
to see
make
any
changes, right?
passwords or anything like that, so it should be fine.
Okay, good. We'll give folks a minute or two here to join, and then we'll get into it. I know that May was not able to make it today, so
I'll go ahead and share my screen so that we'll be ready and just let me know when you want me to start.
sounds good. Good morning, Mark and Kim. How are you guys doing? John, sorry, Mark and John.
It's all good. It's all good.
Good morning.
I know that I've only got a half an hour today. I've got an executive meeting I've got to attend at the bottom of the hour. So
yeah, I'm in the same boat.
Let's go ahead and get started here. And so Elena is going to show us the website and show us how to go about making changes there. And the first thing she asked was, are either of you interested in being included in the group that has rights to do so?
I don't mind helping out if there's if you anticipate a need to post something, at some point. I don't mind going in and doing that.
Okay,
if it's helpful.
Good.
Okay, so I get started, and feel free to jump in with any questions while I'm showing you this. Okay, so I'm here in the dashboard. So if you have a login, you'll be able to log in and see the admin dashboard here.
Okay.
So the first thing I'm looking at here is pages. So these are just simply the web pages that you'll see on the site. So for example, about API, OPI. So if you wanted to edit one of these, then you would just click on edit. And the format that we have set up here is called WP Bakery Page Builder. And essentially it splits the page up into blocks. So if you compare, you look at this section here, black here. So we have a block for the headline. So if you wanted to, tweak a word, then you would just type that in here and click Save Changes. Same thing if you decided that you wanted to change the button here, you could click on the button, the little pencil here. Change the link URL or change the text. It's pretty, what you see is what you get.
Got it.
If you've made any changes, then you want to see what that's going to look like, you would click on preview in the corner here. And if you think that looks good, then you can click update.
Okay.
Oh, I'll just show you another page example. Here's demos.
Did I lose you all?
I think we lost our
We
moderator,
lose Elena?
Elena. Yeah, this looks pretty straightforward to me, Paul. Oh, looks
Yep.
like it's-
Hey, Elena, are you back now?
Yeah, can you still hear me?
When you switched to the demos page, we lost you for about 15-20 seconds.
Oh, okay. That's weird. Well, what I was saying is that let's say you wanted to add a new demo to this.
Mhm.
You could click on my little crappy icon, and what that's gonna do is clone the block.
Okay,
And
And
let's
then-
say new demo. If you have a link that you're ready to add, then we could click the little link,
mhm.
and we're gonna add that there. Or if you decide that you don't want it after all, you can just exit out. You can also move it around.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna close that out. So that's how to update pages. So now let me talk about events, and let me know if you lose me again.
Okay,
Okay, so events here uses the plugin called Events Calendar. So up here in the sidebar, you'll see events, and if you want to add a new one, then you will just click Add New up here.
okay,
So name of event, this is where the description will go. You can put as much stuff in here as you want. This is where you accept the time and date. So, you know, if there's a webinar, then you might want to stay at that 10 a.m. Otherwise, you can just click on the event. Let's say it goes from the 27th to the 28th.
okay,
And then location. So you can just create a new location. This can get as specific or as high level as you want. It's really up to you. So let's say we're gonna do just Washington, DC. We usually don't do anything with organizer, so you can skip that. This is the website URL. So you know, URL of event. And that's really it. That's all that you have to add in. And then once you hit publish, it's gonna show up here.
okay.
And
And will it automatically show up in
Yes.
timeline order?
Yeah.
Or in order that you entered them?
yeah, it'll be soonest to latest. And as stuff
Okay.
passes, you can click on previous events, and that shows you events that have already passed.
Okay,
Okay, so that's events. The next key thing is members. So this is where you add the organizations that are participating in the OPI project. So
okay,
a list here. So let's say you know, somebody's no longer a member, all you have to do is trash their listing and that will remove it.
okay,
Or if they've gotten a new logo that you need to update, you would do that here. So what you could do is click X, and you can upload a new logo to the media library.
got it.
Or if they change categories, then that's on the
Okay.
sidebar here. So if you want to add a new member, like let's say we've got a new general member, we'll do that. Upload an image, like just you can put in their website. By.com. And you would select the category and then you would hit publish, and it will automatically show up here in alphabetical order.
Okay,
Okay. All right, and then AWSM team. So this is people that are on the governing board and the TSD.
Okay,
So again, if you need to remove somebody, but they're no longer on the governing board, you could just trash them.
okay,
Or let's say you've got the headshot for this person. Down in this corner, it's featured image. This is where you would upload the headshot to the media library and select it.
okay,
So how you would add a new person is pretty simple. You go to add new member. And let's say I put my stuff in. You put the company in here, and then the bio goes here.
okay. And then you add them to one of the two teams and go from there. Got it.
So I add my stuff to the steering committee, set my image, and then hit publish. We do also have optional. I don't believe we're using this for anybody right now, but if you wanted to add social media, you could do that here. So let's say I'm typing in LinkedIn to pull up the LinkedIn icon, and then we'll paste the profile here. And
Okay.
what that does, it will pop up in the bio. You would see icons here, and then you can
Okay.
click on that to get the social media.
I've got that for some of the members, but not all of them.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's completely optional, but this is where you would add it here. And if you want to add more, then you can have as many as you want.
Okay,
Most other projects, we see them do LinkedIn, Twitter, and GitHub.
yeah,
Okay. Final thing that you might want to update is the menu. So this probably won't happen very frequently, but let's say you did create a new page and you wanted to add it to the navigation. You're going to go to Appearance and Menus. So you can see here the menu structure. So you've got the main navigation category and then all of the sub items underneath. So there's a couple of ways that you can add this. If you created the page in WordPress, then it'll pop up in here. So I would check that, click add to menu. It's going to show up at the bottom, and then you just drag it to wherever you wanted it to be. So
okay,
I'm just going to remove that. Or if you had a custom link, like let's say, linking to the funding charter is a custom link. So I'm going to select that here, and then you'll put in a URL and what the name of that item is in the navigation.
okay,
And click add to menu. And you would hit save in the bottom right corner. So that's really it. That's how to update our aspects of the website. Any questions or thoughts?
No, posts is going to be like a new on that.
Oh,
up
yeah.
top post. So I need to make a post a kind of here's what we did at OPI at SmartNIC Summit, and I'll put it in here. And I just so add new.
Yeah, I completely missed this section, so thank you for reminding me.
Okay.
But this is how to update blogs and announcements. So I'm just gonna click on add new. Name of blog post goes here. And then you choose either announcements or blog. So
Okay.
Announcements is for PR mostly. And you would just put blog content here. Set a featured image that so we can provide a template to use, because if you look at the blog here, do you see how they all kind of have a similar? It's up to you whether you want to stick with this or if you want to start using your own graphics. It will pop up here in the blog, and it'll also show up. This will automatically update with the latest post.
Okay.
So we
Now,
can
this
provide,
latest news, is it both blogs and announcements?
It is.
Okay,
Yes, so you would just select your featured image, select the category, and then you would just hit publish. If you want to backdate it, then you can change the date, or if you want to schedule it for, like let's say I want this to go tomorrow, then you can hit schedule.
okay,
Or the other option is an external link. So let's say you guys have been featured in a Wired article and you want to link to that. You could select external link,
okay,
and then you would just put the link of the article here. And then do a little summary here. And what will happen is when you click on it, instead of taking you to a blog post here, it will actually take you directly to that article.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, so that's how to add blog post and announcement. It's pretty straightforward. The other thing that you might want to note is you might either want this to go out under your own name, or if you want it to go out under the generic OPI project, what you would do is in the list of posts, do quick edit and change the author here.
Okay.
And then you can update it. Okay, anything else?
The only thing I can think of is I don't know that I've seen, it looks like I have a login, but I don't know that I've seen a how to get to this page nor my password.
Okay, so I will I'll email you that separately. The URL to get to the dashboard is going to be opiproject.org/wp-admin. So
Okay,
let me put that into the chat. And then as I create logins for all of you, I'll send you a note with all the login info, the username and the URL.
The username for Paul is already created. He just said he has to like forgot password and he will get a mail link. Email link.
Yeah, so what you do is you can go to the admin page, and I'm already logged in, but last your password, that should email you a password, and we want to check your spam folder.
okay,
But feel free to reach out to me directly. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention is that, my team is still here and available to help out with the website. So if you want to maybe add a new page or make some changes that are a little bit more complex, or any kind of troubleshooting, we're here to help you out with that. And the page that I'm showing here is our marketing request. So let me put that link in the chat. If you want any website request, you can go here, and that's going to pop up our Asana, and that creates the task for us that goes into our development queue.
okay,
So that's going to be the fastest way to make requests from us, because anybody on my team can see it. So let's say you're requesting for, I don't think OPI had a listing here, but you could click other, like let's say new page for announcement, and then these are all the things that we can help you out with, and then you'll just put in the information and it'll go into our queue and we'll complete the work for you.
got it. Sounds good.
So yeah, even though the website is launched, it's definitely not the end of our partnership. So we're here to help out with anything that you need for the site.
Very good. Just so you know, I clicked lost password, put in my username. I saw P. Pindell, and I have not yet received an email on my emails.
Did you check your spam folder?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yes, I did.
Okay, so I'll reach out to, I will generate a password for you and I'll send it to you under separate cover.
Sounds good. It may just be that it's going to take them a few minutes to do so, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes it can be a little delayed and sometimes the email just never shows up. But in that case, we can just generate a random password.
okay.
So I'm sorry, maybe I was late to join and it was already covered. If you want to modify, if it's already covered, then I will just look at the recording, so don't worry. If you want to modify that open, for example, the front page, the open ecosystem for next generation architecture frameworks, we can make it like, if you want to do multiple things and we can make it scrolling, or it's kind of fixed there.
Yeah, so I did cover how to edit pages in the first section of this, but I can show it to you again quickly. Let me just lag back in here. Okay, so can you see my screen again?
Yes.
Yep, so what you would do is you go to the list of pages and on home, click edit. And then if you want to, add copy here or change that, this is where you would do it.
Okay. And if I do that, if I add one more, it will be the scrolling one. It will become a scrolling and automatically scrolling one, is it?
Are you talking about a rotating banner?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would need to make some backend changes. We would need to actually insert a banner plugin. So
if I do something, if I click the plus, the next to that there is a plus one, right? So if I click that plus and add something, so it will come one below the other or one next to the other. What will happen?
So as it's set up right now, if you added something, it would show up below. So it would you would have like this, and then underneath it, you would have your next banner. If you're looking for a setup where you're able to rotate in between a few different, that's something that we can set up for you. It's just not set up for that right now.
Okay. Maybe that would be helpful, I think. So that the main things, if people want to just scroll the top two to three things, we can just put it there. So it's, I don't know.
You mean scroll left to right instead of up and down?
No,
Okay.
the main news things, like for example, these are the main news things. For example, 2 to 3 things, if you put there, there'll be a right arrow and left arrow. People can just go left and right also for the main things. Yeah, something like this.
Got it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if you're interested in something like that, we can set that up. I would just ask that you put in a request via the Marketing request page,
Sure.
and we can set up that plugin for you.
Okay, got it. And who can post this? Is there a restriction on who can post this request, or any project member, OPI project member can post the request, or how's it?
Yeah, anybody can post a request.
Okay. So Paul, I think we can use the same processes, whatever is already there, with and share it with the TSC members also, to share the any request if they have for website updates. We can do that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Resources.
So one, Elena, that Jan asked about was adding, so the TSC is not listed as a working group. And all the working groups have attached to their little block, I guess that's what you call it. They have a here's how you get to the calendar invite for it. But there's no link to how do you get to the TSC calendar invite. How would I go about something like that? Would I just add the TSC to the working groups page?
Yes, so let's go to all pages. I'm going to click on edit working groups here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, if you would like to add that, then what I would do is you can copy this entire row. So
Okay,
you see that here,
yep,
and then just edit away like TSD. You can change the buttons here depending on what you have, and just
Okay.
edit copy here.
perfect.
The only thing is you would want to pick an icon. We could either create a new icon for you, or you could reuse one of the ones that's further up on the page. Does that make sense?
Yep, it does.
And then it will just show up here.
Okay,
So I'm just gonna delete that, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's how you would add it, and then you would click update.
okay.
So Elena, I have one more question. Sorry. Yeah. So from your experience, right? If we want to put a link for the insights, typically in the websites, do they give any like a link from where the people can access the insights, or we don't do that in the website? If we want to do the typically where they put it.
Oh, you're talking about the LFX insight?
Correct. So if in a website, if I want to give a link to our OPI project insights, typically where do you advise to put this access to this link?
I usually recommend under resources.
Okay.
You could also potentially put it under project. I think I've mostly seen others put it under resources.
So
Okay.
create a new page under resources called Insights, add some text, put an external link. Is that what you called it?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's exactly it. You could also link directly to the insights, but I don't know if you think that it needs more context.
okay,
Yeah, so let me show you one other thing. This is how you could copy an entire page. Like, let's say that you want to create a simple text page that looks kind of like demos.
mm-hmm,
So what I would do is I would open up the page that I'm interested in copying and go to classic mode. So now you'll see that this pulls up a bunch of code. So I'm gonna copy all of that, and then I'm gonna add a new page. So let's say insights. I paste the code here, and then I go back to the backend editor. So now that gives me, without having to recreate it from scratch, I can now put in like all of that.
okay,
Insights and copy goes here, link goes here, etc. If you want to add a new section, click the little plus sign. Like, let's say I want to add a button text. Let's do a large button, effect, insight link. And I'm also going to add a little divider, 20 pxi to live in between. So you see how I'm dragging this stuff around?
mm-hmm,
I'm going to click out that. So I'm just Xing out the section. And then you can see I've created a new, like, very simple page, admittedly, but I've created a new page in about a minute.
okay,
Yeah, so that's how you can do that. So I'm just gonna trash that. And then once you've created that page, you would just go into menus and add that new page. Like, let's say, yeah, and then put it under resources. So I'm just gonna remove. Yeah, and again, you know, as you're working through this, if you run into any issues, feel free to pin me.
sounds very good. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to show us this. And
Yeah.
I know that Mark had to drop. I've got to drop for my next meeting as well. I only had a half an hour. But John or Sridhar, if you guys have more that you need to do, continue on.
No, we are good. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Elena. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks so much, guys.
All right, talk to you later.
Thanks. I don't have anything else to add for today's meeting.
All right, thanks, John. Bye.
Bye-bye.